Is Toronto secretly building the deepest backcourt pipeline in the Eastern Conference? Because what just happened with this Jarkel Joiner signing and immediate waiving might be the most underrated strategic move that nobody's talking about. The Raptors just executed a chess move that completely changes their development pipeline. And honestly, this is exactly the type of smart organizational thinking that separates championship cultures from mediocre franchises. But here's the thing, there's way more to this story than meets the eye, and what I'm about to reveal will show you why Bobby Webster might be playing 4D chess while everyone else is playing checkers. What's up, Raptors Nation? Quick court coming in hot with some breaking roster news that's got me absolutely fired up. You know I love bringing you the inside scoop on every single move our beloved Raptors make, because this fan base deserves to know exactly what's happening in our front office. Today we're diving deep into the Jarkel Joiner signing and waiving, and I need you to tell me in the comments, do you understand why this sign and waive move is actually genius? Stick around until the end, because I'm going to break down why this seemingly confusing transaction could actually be next level front office work. And you'll see why Raptors fans should be celebrating while other Eastern Conference teams should be taking notes. Let's break this down piece by piece, because what happened this week is absolutely fascinating when you really understand the strategy. The Toronto Raptors officially signed guard Jarkel Joiner to an Exhibit 10 contract and then immediately waived him on the same day. Before you say what the hell is going on, let me tell you why this move is actually brilliant organizational thinking that shows Bobby Webster is operating on another level. First off, let's talk about who Jarkel Joiner is. This is a 26-year-old 6'1" guard who just spent 2 solid years developing in the G League with the College Park Skyhawks. We're talking about a player who averaged 11.2 points, 3.4 assists, and 3.1 rebounds last season while shooting 41.2% from the field and 33.2% from 3. Those aren't eye-popping numbers, but here's what matters: consistency and development trajectory. This is strategic. This is calculated. This is how championships are built from the ground up. But here's where it gets really interesting, and this is what 99% of fans don't understand. The sign and waive wasn't random, it was intentional. By signing Joiner to an Exhibit 10 deal and then waiving him, the Raptors just guaranteed him an $80,000 bonus on top of his G League salary when he spends at least 60 days with the 905. This is genius! This is how you attract talent to your development system. Remember when the 905 traded their 2026 first-round G League pick just weeks ago to get Joiner's returning rights from Atlanta? That wasn't some throwaway move. That was phase 1 of this master plan. The Raptors organization looked at this guy during Summer League, saw something special, and then orchestrated a 2-part strategy to lock him into their system. Do you see what's happening here? Now, let me give you some historical context that'll blow your mind. Remember the Joe Smith situation with the Timberwolves back in 2000? They lost 5 first-round picks for trying to circumvent the salary cap with under-the-table deals. Meanwhile, the Raptors are building their depth legally and ethically through these Exhibit 10 bonuses and G League integration. This is how you do it right. Adam Silver should be taking notes on how Bobby Webster is revolutionizing talent development. What I love about this move is that it shows our front office isn't just thinking about the immediate NBA roster. Bobby Webster, who's now running the whole show after taking over from Masai this summer, is building an entire ecosystem of talent. When you have guys like Joiner, Quincy Guerrier, and Tyreek Akey all getting these Exhibit 10 bonuses to join your G League system, you're creating a talent pipeline that money can't buy elsewhere. Hit that subscribe button if you want to understand these next level roster moves. And can we talk about how this completely embarrasses other franchises? The Lakers treat their G League team like an afterthought. The Clippers are out here overpaying for washed veterans. Meanwhile, Toronto is strategically using every tool available to build sustainable success. This is why we continue to find contributors that other teams overlook, because we're actually investing in development at every level. Here's what really gets me excited about Joiner specifically: the fact that he's 26 years old with 2 years of professional experience. This isn't some 19-year-old project who might take 5 years to develop. This is a mature player who understands his role, has been grinding in the G League, and could potentially contribute at the NBA level if injuries hit our backcourt. Remember when Fred VanVleet was just an undrafted guard grinding in the G League? Remember when he became an NBA champion and all-star? The path exists in this organization. Now, some of you might be thinking, why are we talking about G League transactions when we have bigger roster questions? But that's exactly the wrong mindset. Championship teams are built from top to bottom. The Spurs dynasty understood this. The Warriors understand this. And now Bobby Webster is showing he understands this better than almost any executive in the league. When you have quality depth throughout your entire system, it makes your main roster stronger because everyone's competing at a higher level. Are you starting to see the bigger picture? The timing of this signing is also perfect. Training camp opens on September 29th, and having guys like Joiner locked into the 905 system means our G League team is already building chemistry. They're already understanding our culture. They're already learning our systems. So when we inevitably need a call-up during the season, we've got guys who are ready. This is strategic. This is intentional. This is genius. What this move really shows me is that Bobby Webster is operating on a completely different level than most front offices. While other teams are making splashy signings that generate headlines but no substance, Toronto is quietly building sustainable success through smart organizational moves. This is the same type of thinking that led to our 2019 championship. Attention to detail at every single level of the organization. And let's be honest about what just happened here. The Raptors just used a loophole legally to pay Joiner more money than a standard G League contract allows. That $80,000 bonus on top of his G League salary? That's how you show a player you value them. That's how you build loyalty. That's how you create a culture where players want to develop and grow. This is next level thinking. The fact that Toronto specifically traded a draft pick, even a G League one, to acquire Joiner's rights tells you everything. Organizations don't give up assets unless they see real value. And then to immediately give him this bonus through the sign and waive. That's not just smart. That's showing the entire G League that Toronto is their destination for player development. Don't forget to hit that notification bell for more insider analysis. Can we also appreciate that Webster is doing all this in his first year as the sole leader of basketball operations? After Masai's departure, everyone wondered if we'd maintain our edge. Well, Bobby just showed the entire league that we're not just maintaining, we're evolving. We're getting smarter. We're getting more strategic. We're building something special from the ground up. I'm telling you right now, while everyone's confused about these sign and wave moves, the Raptors are building the deepest talent pool in the Eastern Conference. We're not just developing NBA players. We're developing a system. We're developing a culture. We're developing the next generation of Raptors basketball. And it starts with moves exactly like this Jarkel Joiner transaction. This is the type of move that won't show up on ESPN. It won't trend on Twitter. But in 2 years when Joiner is contributing meaningful minutes in the playoffs, remember this moment. Remember when Bobby Webster saw something special and invested in it. Remember when the Raptors chose development over headlines. This is how dynasties are built. Look, Raptors Nation, this sign and wave might not be the splashy move that breaks the internet, but it's exactly the type of smart organizational thinking that separates championship cultures from pretenders. While other teams are overpaying for past their prime veterans, Toronto is building sustainable depth through intelligent scouting and development. The Jarkel Joiner transaction represents everything that makes this franchise special. Attention to detail, player development, and long-term thinking over short-term headlines. Bobby Webster isn't just maintaining the standard, he's revolutionizing how teams should build from the ground up. So here's my question for you. What do you think about Toronto's sign and wave strategy to build their G League roster? Do you trust Bobby Webster's vision for creating the deepest talent pipeline in the league? And more importantly, which G League player do you think will be the next Fred VanVleet? Drop your thoughts in the comments because I rate every single one. Don't forget to smash that subscribe button if you want more deep dives into every Raptors move, and hit the notification bell so you never miss breaking news about our championship culture. Keep repping that red and black, Raptors Nation. Integrity over everything. Integrity over everything.